It's amazing to be back here, especially celebrating the 25th anniversary, to be able to think about, the memories that we shared and some of the accomplishments that we had during that time and the impact that we just had on that game. It's just amazing to be able to come back and just celebrate that. And you kind of get to enjoy each other in a different way. It was different when we played together as opposed to now we're retired, everybody's on a different journey, and just to kind of see the growth in each other.
When you go back to your first year in Minnesota, do you remember what it felt like as a player? You had no idea what was to come and that you guys would have this legacy of 4 championships, but what were some of those early feelings as this team was starting to come together?
Yeah, well, you want the first, 2010, 2011, you want 06, because that's 2 different eras and 2 different times.
2010 was Coach Reed's first year, and we were not very good. I remember her coming into the locker room after one game, and she was like, "Come on, you guys, are we not that good?" And Bronson said, "No, Coach, we aren't that good." And Cheryl's response was, she said, "Well, you know what? Thank you for your honesty." She asked a question that year, and she said, "What do you want your legacy to be?" And I never had a coach ask me that prior to her coming here. And it sparked something within me, and I think within my teammates as well, to think beyond the moment that we were currently sharing.
And the wait is over. The Minnesota Lynx are the champs of the WNBA.
The winning was amazing because it was with people that I knew, that I respected, that I loved, and we all just kind of went on this journey together. Our main goal was to inspire. And we did an amazing job of hopefully inspiring the next generation of ball players, not just here in Minnesota, but around the country.
You had that thing, that kind of it thing that everyone just loved, and it was partly your style and your finesse, the way you played the game. What was that like, kind of the interaction with you and the fans? Because fans just absolutely loved you.
It was great. Like I said in my speech, the jersey retirement speech, the very first person I met when I got here was a Minnesota Lynx fan.
The first day that I stepped here in Minnesota, a fan was the one that greeted me, a Minnesota Lynx fan. She was a Delta agent, and she gave me a card and some kind words. And that was my experience my entire 14 years here with the fans.
They embraced me, I embraced Minnesota. I learned a lot about Minnesota, its culture, the people, and I think that love that we share for each other just kind of showed in the atmosphere that we created. It's definitely a transition. You love playing. This is what we've been doing all of our life. I've been doing this since I was 5 years old, And so when you see the end kind of coming or it's here, it's sad, but at the same time, with all the skills and the knowledge that we've developed in basketball, you can see where you can utilize that on the coaching side. For myself, talking hasn't been the biggest thing, and that's all coaches do is talk and instruct and teach. And so as I'm venturing into this journey, I'm trying to figure out, who am I? Mm-hmm. What would this coach be? What is the coach's name? And so we finally settled on, it's gonna be Coach Money, but what am I teaching? How am I teaching? What is my tone of voice? And what's my philosophies and concepts as I venture forward into this?
Augustus has another one. It's beautiful to watch.
What do you think are the biggest lessons you learned from winning 4 WNBA championships?
Perseverance, definitely. Like I said, the first year, it was easy, not easy. Mm-hmm. But every year after that, it was the biggest bullseye on our back. And so it's the way that you carry yourself, the way that you go about your business, the way that you compete. I think respect of the game is something that's kind of lost within this new generation, but that's something that we prided ourselves on. Whatever we brought to the table, we'll make sure we gave our all. We emptied the tank. I think every fan here in Minnesota can say, they can agree that we all emptied the tank to give to ourselves, to give to others, and give to this game.